Hey, good afternoon, YouTube. So one of my parts I need for my 3D printer filament dry box, I need to make some of these spool holders. So I found these on Thingiverse. I think this one's usable. I printed it out, had a little problem with the very end. I don't know, my retraction settings might be off a little bit, or the filament was starting to jam up, but it kind of got messed up. I think this would work. They're set up to take a skateboard bearing in here, and you're supposed to press the bearing in when it's hot, and the plastic is still a little soft. You press the bearing in, and then you can use a 5/16 or 8mm shaft to go through there, and you punch one of those in each side of your spool, run the shaft through, and that'll support your filament spools. But I got to thinking I could probably make a one-piece spool holder out of, I have a lot of this UHMW ultra high molecular weight polyethylene. This is a 2.5-inch piece, and that's just bigger than the hole. You've got about 2.1 inch 54mm inner diameter, and I was thinking I could just take one of these, basically center drill it like that one, and then I happen to have my skateboard wheel spindle jig, which takes an 8mm bolt, so I could clamp that in here, and then I just need to turn a little step down from 2.5 to 2.1 inches, so take a little step off of this to leave a flange. Yeah, so first step, I cut about a 1/2-inch disc of UHMW, this 2.5-inch nominal diameter, and what I do is punch a hole in the middle, and then I'll run the space off the outside so it cleans up the saw cut. Hard to clean out those small holes, but there we go. There's my disc there, and I drilled 1/64 over 5/16, so I guess that's 21/64. So that makes a nice nice fit on there. Get pretty good spin, and then I'll cut the little shoulder on there, so I'll show you that next here. Okay, there we go, YouTube. Just doing a test fit here, so I just turned a shoulder down on that material, and I think we get a pretty good fit. I might have to take a little more off, but look at that. Perfect fit on there. Okay, there we go, YouTube. Got 2 of those done, so these are 54mm. Yeah, I think that'll work. That's pretty low friction. I'll let the spool slide around a little bit and rotate freely, and then I can stack multiple spools up one next to the other. Apparently there's some variation in diameter here. Yeah, about 53. Looks like around 53mm. Yeah, there we go. Got the PrintRite or Colido spool fixed up, about 53mm. Okay, here's my nylon filament spool, and it's quite a bit different. It has a much smaller hole, and it's about, looks like probably 3/4 inch, 19mm. And then the other thing is, if you can see there, there's quite an offset between the edge of the, or the inside of the spool and the outside, so that looks like you can just barely see that. So I need to go out about probably 1/2 inch thick flange here, especially you can see on that side it's, the spool is quite, I don't know if that's where they strapped it in someplace, but it's pretty wobbly. You need to keep it separated from the spool next to it and from the wall of the box. And what I will use is about some of those. I've got some more scraps of UHMW. These were too small to use, but that's about 1 inch. Yeah, I think that'll work. So this is unusable material for my normal projects, but one of those on each side. But I'll do the same thing. I'll drill a 21/64 hole through the middle, And then I'll just turn down a shoulder here to fit in there. So I need to make this side, I'll make this about roughly half inch thick. So we'll do about something like that. And these spacers here have enough of a flange on them. I don't have to use my spindle. I can just chuck them right up in the 3-jaw, turn them down, and I've got one made here. So here I've got my nylon spool, and that pops right in there. And I should have, yeah, you can see there's just enough clearance across the top there. If we get it, hard to get the camera view. So that should stick out just past the uneven flange there on the spool. So I got one more of these to cut, and I think I'm ready to go. Thanks for watching.